My apologies. This heavy rain must be quite an inconvenience for you.
Exactly, but none of them believed me.
Finger next time?
Time itself is a silent song.
Exactly, but none of them believed me.
I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of...
Add Did I hear that right? Monsieur Neuvillite, are you sure you'd like to take over the case yourself?
That's right.
No, but why? Technically speaking...
Neuvillite! Sabine! Hey there! What are you two talking about?
Traveler in Paimon, please help me talk our... This is completely unprecedented. How can we have the Udex acting like a...
Thank you for your concern, but I currently have no such plan. Oh, apologies. I took your question in earnest, but...
So, what is it exactly? It sure sounds serious if it's something you've got
A Melusine named Kiara received a threat letter.
And then?
That is all the information I have acquired at this
I have no idea why you're so hung. I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials today.
Thank you for understanding. I will leave a note explaining my absence on my desk. I would appreciate she may have no interest in official affairs, but
Yes, understood. I'll come back.
Judging from Sadine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally.
I cannot tell you just yet, but there could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all this, so I must
Come on, stop being so secretive. We still have...
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark, but I need some time to revisit those memories. Long story short, a little more than 400 years ago, I became the Iudex of Fontaine and initiated a series of institutional... There were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a Melusine, and Vautrin, leader of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
They must have been amazing people to...
Indeed. Unfortunately, the reforms damaged the interests of some, and a more conservative faction took advantage of Carol's identity to instigate political unrest. The incident resulted in Carol taking her own life, and Vautrin being exiled. From then on, I've been especially careful when dealing with cases related to Melusines. All Melusines used to live a secluded life away from humans. I granted their wishes when some of them, including Carol, many common folk believe that I share a special bond with the Melusine. Some of them, especially those who hold a grudge against me, exploit. I have nothing against the opinions of others, but the moment it has already happened once. And
even so, there's the guards, the Maréchaussée Phantom, and the Special Security and Surveillance...
Based on prior experience, there is a high chance that those who hold hostility towards me do not belong to the same department. The political system of Fontaine is relatively complex and involves the interests of multiple different factions. However, since I am technically an outsider in Fontaine, a lot of trouble could be avoided if I personally took on the case.
Outsider? But aren't you the Chief Justice of Fontaine? Why would you be an outsider?
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my responsibilities and how I perceive myself. You know very well about my true identity, and have even met others of my kind in other nations. Even though I was born with a human form, there is taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. I have lived in Fontaine for a long time, but I do not belong here. That is why I call myself...
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations. Let's team up and round up all the...
That does not sound...
Oh, Paimon started...
I will write my note of absence right away. Let us go. We should visit Kiara first and try to gain a better...
So Neuvillite feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fontaine, but Paimon feels like he has a kinda skewed perspective on... Paimon's been thinking. You called yourself a fish out of water, right? But since you're the Hydro Dragon, would a dragon out of water suit you better?
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions. Please allow me to rephrase. Has a dragon out of water?
Ugh. That sounds kind of weird. Let's stick with the previous version instead.
I never thought I'd see him here.
Does anyone have a camera?
there's a
Kiara,
Monsieur Neuvillite! And oh, I remember! You're the Aw, she's adorable! Thanks for the compliment.
I heard from Sidine that you received...
A threatening letter. The letter fell through the crack in my door as I was heading out this morning. It says, but Sidine told me it was a threatening letter, and that
Have you run into any suspicious...
suspicious-looking people? What counts as... Ah! Did you think... Nope. I don't remember.
Do you still have the letter with you?
Let's see. Found...
Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in person. Don't say I didn't... A simple threat. Neither the handwriting nor the content itself reveals... We can't rule out that possibility. Since you can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading back. Kiara, you should come with us.
Sure! Wait, no. I still have a case to work on. I promised Il...
But you are being watched right now. Going on...
And that's where we come in to help. We'll stay with Kiara with us around anyone scheming to hurt... Thank you, Traveler. Big Sis Paimon.
All right, let us go ourselves.
We'll take her to a lost place right up... So, Kiara, how old are you? Let me think. 1, 2, 10? I can't remember. But I remember coming to the Court of Fontaine with Carol and Neuvillite. That must have been a long time ago. Carol? Didn't Neuvillite mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago! Why would Paimon be a big sister to you? My memory isn't that good, but Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis. Huh, Paimon sees. Hey, Traveler, did you hear that? Strange. Olaf!
Kiara, you're here. Huh? Wait, aren't these two...
Oh, they're the Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
I thought so. What brings you here? All right.
May I begin inspecting?
Of course.
No hazards detected. You've cleared the inspection. That was quick. What were you inspecting? I took a look around the shop. Neuvillite says that osmelazines have things like bloodstains. No matter how hard you try to clean them up,
All right. Now that you hear me out, I'm planning to release an outfit for children next month and wanted to hire you.
Of course!
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements. The sample should be up.
Seems like they get along really well. Huh? What are you looking at? Is there really someone watching us? Shh!
Strange. Why isn't he back yet?
Gotcha! Charlotte, what are you... Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that threatening letter.
Threat letter?
What threat letter?
This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing.
You want to interview him?
That's right. I'm not the only one, you know. But it's not an easy task to accomplish. The Palais Mermonia rarely accepts appointment requests from us, and we never have the chance to interrupt when the court's in session. So imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating something. Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made.
I see. Well, if you say so, I guess I'll put... In exchange, could you tell me what the...
All right.
What? Someone...
Shh, not so.
It just so happens that I did an interview with Kiara. Last month, in fact. It was well received by our readers. I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find... But I gotta warn you, even if I keep my lips sealed...
Why?
People care a great your Neuvillite's each and every move. Some may have already... Anyway, I'll get going.
Well, that was a nice chat.
What do you think? The design looks pretty good.
I think it's great.
Huh.
Clorinde, what are you doing here? It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere.
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvillite was Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such a trivial case. I happened to have some time at the moment, and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom-made at this boutique, in any case, so we always have a lot to talk.
Oh, Neuvillite sure is lucky to have someone like you.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvillite.
Okay then, we'll leave Kiara in your hands. How has your work been?
Same as usual.
Oh, then shall we? I've even signed up as a volunteer lifeguard. How has your work been?
Same as usual.
Oh, I've even
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
We ran into Clorinde.
That is good to hear.
We thought so too.
I've been looking over the case records. Specifically, I've come up with two plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and track down the group behind all. On the other, I could also analyze the
They both sound like pretty solid plans, but can you really?
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official...
We'll help you read through them.
Thank you. I will continue. Have you made any progress?
We skimmed through some of them, but there are so many documents lying around. Just how many cases have you...
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is if memory serves me right, there should be at least 100,000 cases. The documents...
Whoa, that's...
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and if there are many documents here.
You read...
All right, let us take a break.
Even the resting of the silence is making Paimon feel.
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the Palais Mermonia for... Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps?
Ooh, drinks! Thank you! Paimon wonders what Neuvillite likes to drink. He seems like the type of person who'd own an entire winery. You know, like Diluc. What's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
So it's just plain old water?
What did you think it was?
Since you're the chief.
This water is indeed very special. It would...
Huh?
I believe you've already tried Fonta. In fact, there are many other drink factories. Said water is sourced from all across Teyvat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake, Liyue's Chintsa village, and Inazuma's Konda village. Here is one of their latest products, water from Sumeru's Apam Woods. If I were to comment on their mouthfeel, the waters of Cider Lake warm the heart, the waters of Chintsa village have a poignant touch, while one might call the waters of Konda village... Distinct differences exist between them.
Really? Let Paimon try!
What do you think?
Nope.
How regrettable.
Hey, this doesn't have to do with refining our taste. Paimon's pretty sure most ordinary people can't tell the difference. How did you do it anyway? Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon? We are allowed to bring that up, right? Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro Dragon... Sorry, Paimon was just...
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organized. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that have perplexed me.
Questions? Are there really...
Many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me the most concerns my own existence. In essence, I neither know why I was born in this form, nor do I understand where my long life should take me. I lost many memories from the moment I was born. The primordial sea, for example. I can only vaguely recall its connection to me, but I am unaware of what that... Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer. However, they are scattered across all of Teyvat. Abruptly...
True. Some of them have very...
I have been holding on to these unanswered questions, but there is one thing I've discovered along the way. My emotions easily rest... My guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself. By observing their...
Have you made any progress?
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to... That's why I'm quite thankful for this chat. Such opportunities are rare.
Are we gonna continue reading these documents?
I wasn't able to find any leads even after browsing through most of the documents. But while we were...
Water? Do you mean...
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all the Fontaine's water... If there really were an organization attempting to use Melusines, perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the...
Why didn't...
Perhaps we should go. There's...
Monsieur Neuvillite? I probably shouldn't disturb them.
Looks like we got lucky today. There's hardly anyone around.
What What should we do next? Oh, Traveler, can you still hear the voices from the fountain?
Perhaps leave the investigation to me.
A safe distance? Neuvillite. Whoa, it's glowing! Thank you for bringing us here, Monsieur Neuvillite. The court of Fontaine is...
I understand your excitement, but although I have responded to your wishes, it was not without personal interest. Melusine's special sight make them especially suited for joining the Maréchaux.
I know, but not only can I repay you for your kindness...
But a meaningful life also comes with...
It's definitely the safest to just stay in the village. In truth, I've never really understood the purpose of my... For almost 20 years, we've stayed in our village without finding any answers.
I understand your confusion. I too came here for an answer to my questions.
Really? The truth is, many people threw rocks at us today and told us to go back to our village. It hurt.
Logically speaking, both time and effort are essential when different species attempt to peacefully coexist. It will be a difficult road ahead. Different identities and ways of thinking all contribute to strengthening the barrier, but there aren't many suggestions I can share. Because just like you, I haven't fully integrated into...
Oh, I see. Let's all do our best then. I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our
I believe in you, but you shouldn't lose sight of the difficulties ahead.
Huh? Is he the person I met in the past?
Yes? Do you...
That stone-faced human. He didn't even bother to look at me when I tried...
He is an earnest man.
Hello. Can I help with anything?
Thanks, but no need.
Oh. Hello. I'm Carol.
Get away from here! I'm calling the guards.
Please, calm down.
Hard to say.
Yeah, we should probably stay away from these monsters. Haven't you realized? Strange incident.
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? I can't believe Neuvillite allowed them into the court of Fontaine just like that.
Exactly. That so-called Chief Justice even granted them official positions. Not only that, but they're now responsible for investigating cases as well.
Go away! Quit acting innocent!
I'm not leaving. I won't let you say bad stuff about him. We joined the Maréchaux Phantom and solved lots and lots of cases.
Solving cases? With Neuvillite in cahoots with you? You could have fabricated it all, and no one would know. So tell me, how can you guarantee that you Melusines aren't involved in anything that occurred recently?
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a good talker.
Vautrin?
Aside from spreading unjustified rumors, if you continue insulting members of the Mare Chaussee Phantom, there have indeed been an increase in cases recently, perhaps due to the shifting currents of conspiracy. And I understand your concern.
Even the captain of the security patrol is on their side. Neuvillette's newly reformed police force is already corrupt to the core.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
You heard that?
Yeah, I don't understand.
There have been rumors saying that you were born from calamity. And that there are countless negative rumors about you floating around in Fontaine. It's near impossible for you to become a part of this system.
Monsieur Neuvillite said that we needed to put both time and effort in. I still want to try a little harder. Okay, I won't be taking any more of your time. I paint...
Give them to me.
You're...
We'll hand them out together. The faster we get this done.
Monsieur Neuvillite...
Medals of Peace, awarded to thank you for your continued dedication in the past 5 years.
I think I'll
Hey, don't say that! It won't be long before Melazines begin living peacefully with the humans.
Don't keep your hopes up. We've barely scratched the surface.
You blockhead! Don't ruin the mood!
Vautrin brings up a good point. The trust humans have placed. Please be on your guard for the next few.
Yes, sir.
Okay!
Medal of Peace? Peace isn't going to give us back what's rightfully ours.
Are you sure we should do this? We're no match for Neuvillette.
Nah, not gonna happen. As long as he remains in their rules, even he must comply with in the political sphere. Unless he wants to become an enemy of Fontaine. So quit worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder. Once we lay the blame on the Melazines as the person who brought them to the court of Fontaine.
I guess you're right. Ugh. If he just left things the way they were, it never would have come to this.
Turn the murderer in!
Melazines can't be trusted! That goes for Neuvillette, too!
Peaceful coexistence? What a joke! Get out of the court of Fontaine and don't ever come back!
The results of the investigation are...
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones controlling the situation... They tricked Miss Carroll into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her. After that, they incited panic among the people. The guards were stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't intervene in time. Miss Carroll chose to sacrifice herself to pacify the situation.
And she called me a blockhead. A little investigation would have cleared things up. Why didn't she wait until we'd established the truth? She didn't have to prove her innocence.
The situation had rapidly escalated to a physical altercation between infuriated citizens and the guards. Miss Carroll might have thought... Captain Vautrin, should I present these results to...
There's no need. Notify the guards to restrict public access to all information.
Restrict access to...
There's something I've never told Carol. I had a little sister. She's just like Carol in every possible way. Innocent, kind, always believing the best of people. From the moment I met Carol, I knew that she'd be easily manipulated by others.
Looks like she was unfazed by that.
Yes. In fact, Some of her spirit I should have known. Those cowards don't have the guts to confront Neuvillite. They even avoided causing trouble for me. Can you understand how I feel? Right now, there's only one thought on my mind. Only through bloodshed can their debt be repaid.
I understand, but I'm certain Monsieur Neuvillite
That's exactly why we need to keep this a secret. I will take responsibility for everything.
Did you know? They're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is Captain Vautrin of the Special Security and Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol, and settled the score with the group that—
I'm thinking we should try our best to bail him out when the—
Bail him out? Why?
Shh, keep it down! Haven't you realized? Both Vautrin and Carol are Neuvillite. Besides, now that the old regime has been uprooted, Neuvillite's status is secure as can be. As long as we redirect public opinion, Neuvillite will be able to give Vautrin a reprieve.
Vautrin sought vengeance for his friend for a valid cause. Please, think about it. If the same thing had happened to you, wouldn't you feel the same way he did? Yeah, that's right!
This whole thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol. How could Vautrin be declared guilty for seeking revenge?
Monsieur Neuvillite.
Mr. Vautrin is innocent! He's innocent!
Order! I acknowledge your arguments. Vautrin, your revenge could be seen as a form of justice. I understand your decision, which is why I cannot help but feel regret and even grief. Personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the law. To execute your plan for revenge, you abused your authority and conducted informal executions. Your actions have, therefore, you will be
What? That can't be! Monsieur Neuvillite, please give this a little more thought.
Vautrin, my friend, is there anything else you want to say?
Neuvillite, what have I done to deserve this? I've closely followed every one of your orders. Can't you see? Everyone in this room believes that I'm innocent. Why can't you just let me off? Is this what justice means to you? Answer me, Neuvillite!
Order. Since there have been no further objections, the oratory... According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Mr. Vautrin...
Goodbye, Monsieur Neuvillite.
This all happened because of Carol's naive ideas.
How can different species peacefully coexist anyway?
Are you not feeling well?
Apologies, it seems like my memories I tried my best to suppress the power of Hydro within myself, but it seems due to my negligence. The overflow of emotions and memories
Wow. The Hydro Dragon is more... Anyways, the last time we came here, the Traveler only heard...
It is as you said. It is not only the fountain. I can sense...
That sounds odd.
But I rarely ever do anything like this. Emotions carried by water are always chaotic and disconnected. As an which ones? It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. It was a coincidence, but perhaps it is... You should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this.
Paimon's starting to lose track of what you're saying. Don't leave Paimon out of the conversation. Paimon wants...
Then let us get back to the point. While I was investigating the fountain, I discovered something. I did not sense too much hatred towards me within its accumulated emotions. However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara. If I remember correctly, it seemed to be related to a smuggling case. I don't know what caused this to happen, but it seems like there won't be a shortcut to finding the organization that may be pulling the strings here.
Oh! Didn't we read about that in one of the—
You've read about it? In that case, the resentment should have come—
Huh? What are you doing here? I was just about to look for you at the Palais Mermot.
Navia! Nice to see you again! Is there something—
I've heard some things, but I'm not purposely asking around or anything. Don't worry. Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against Melusines, and that you're— So I told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads. We've had unfamiliar faces showing themselves at the Fleuve Saint—
Thank you. Where did you hear about all this?
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar. You talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know asked around for information, then it was only a matter of time before word of the threatening letter spread all across
So that's what Charlotte meant.
Indeed. I did not expect that this could be kept hidden for too long, but the rumor—
You know, it could be because you attract more attention than you think. Anyway, any progress—
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case, but it is still uncertain if there is in fact another. We are planning to return to the Palais Mermonia to revisit some details.
All right, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Neuvillite, do you think there'll be any problems now that the word is out?
I have already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. As a matter of fact, once the word gets out, no one would dare to harm Kiara. What is more important is how the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, they chose to side with the old regime and direct their resentment towards the Melusines. I hope the same won't happen again.
Strange. What are these people doing out on the streets so late at night? Did something happen? Let's take a look around.
Have you heard? Someone's plotting against a Melusine! This is 100% the truth. Even the Chief Justice is investigating in person.
What? That's it! Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and won't easily reveal themselves. But no amount of hiding—
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have already begun to think about how much we owe them. Now that they're in danger, how can we just sit back and do nothing?
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on. If you see any
It feels like you've been following me this whole time. Did something happen?
We were informed that.
Nope. We just finished our shift.
Have you had dinner yet? Why don't we check out the new items at the dessert shop together?
This isn't a good time to be out and about.
Come on. Don't act tough.
All right. Let's go buy a cake.
You shouldn't ever skip meals. Especially if you have another shift scheduled for later.
I heard even Neuvillette's keeping an eye on the situation. This is the perfect chance to get promoted.
Seriously? Were you planning to shirk your duties if Neuvillite wasn't involved?
Relax, I was just playing. We've worked together for years now. If something happened to them, I'd be haunted.
That's more like it. We should stand guard until the criminal has been caught.
Come and fight me instead, you coward!
Have you heard? Even the special patrol came— Shh! Look! Is it that
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is truly wonderful.
So...
No, I should stay where I am. My appearance could give rise to unnecessary commotion. Let us stick to our plan and return to the Palais Mermonia. The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Maréchaussée. The list of involved suspects should...
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inica, Yuna, and others have been caught. Those with close connections or mutual... Among them, surveillance of...
So many names. Is the one who's...
Yes, there is something suspicious. It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case. And...
Monsieur Neuvillite, someone claiming to be from the Spina du Rasula, he said, and I quote, "We have located the suspect, their...
Huh? How did Navia find them so quickly?
I too am perplexed. The cafe isn't too far from...
Whoa. Check out all these people.
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Maréchaussée Phantom. They're usually...
Invite them over.
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them if they'd like to...
Yeah, it's our...
I've wanted to have a
but... Oh, well. What?
Yes.
You're Essa?
Yes.
Did you write that threatening letter to Kiara?
I did, but I was just following orders.
Orders from whom?
Domenico. He was my boss. I couldn't...
Domenico? Where is he now?
In the fortress of Meropide.
Well, I'm afraid even the Spina would have trouble looking into that place. Looks like you'll have to make the trip yourselves.
You've done more than enough.
Leave the formalities for later. You should find if he really is the one setting up the conspiracy.
All right, then. Let's head...
The tides beckon.
Please escort the remaining guests.
Yes, boss.
It's Monsieur Neuvillite.
Welcome to the Fortress of Meropide, dear esteemed guests.
We're back!
this isn't anything new. Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and cut right. I do remember a thing or two about Domenico.
Who does this guy think he is?
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started. To be honest, Domenico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator. The fact that the three of you bothered to personally investigate raises a flag.
He's got the same concerns we do.
I am concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past.
That's an easy one.
Oh, did I hear someone say Melazine? What happened? Sijuin! Yeah, and where that really?
There's no need to worry. Clarand is protecting her as we speak.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still... Is there anything you can...
Ah, head nurse. Do you require me?
Writhsley.
Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you.
Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to formally thanks for the trouble.
Whoa! If Paimon were you here, Grace, Paimon would take this chance to ask for something really important.
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But I'm sure But enough jokes. I'll look for Dominique. Make yourselves at home. Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure she has a lot to say.
Please come with me to the infirmary. And watch your step. There's some pretty dark areas, so make sure you don't...
To Neuvillite?
Now that I think about it, I can leave this place soon. Huh?
Please rest here for... Oh, and would anyone... Paimon's not thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated. I'll bring you some tea. Typical Sijuin. Why aren't you two saying anything?
You noticed them too. The badges they wore.
Familiar. But if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
That's not a bad idea. I place great trust in Ra.
Interested in joining them if you'd like to learn more. Our slogan may have appeared.
You two look... It's the symbol of the... From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of those medals for myself. The first president of all of us have a lot of...
Anything you need? Oh, this?
What's that?
We have a very long... We have never had many... Helping each other is our
Sounds like a pretty neat...
But people won't...
We should have gathered enough information. Let's head back and talk to Neuvillite.
Did you manage to get...
According to them, the badge's design was...
I personally crafted two of them myself. Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only one that remained should be...
Oh! So the network wasn't... Monsieur Neuvillite, His Grace has requested your presence in his office. He's found...
All right.
Allow me to introduce this. Why don't you explain everything to him?
Neuvillite? What do you want?
Calm down. Was it your idea to send that letter to a Melusine? Hassan has already confessed, so there—
That idiot! I can't believe I trusted him.
Let me ask this another way. It was you—
Yes.
Who is pulling your strings?
What? You're not trying to frame me for something I haven't done.
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. The chief, I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meropide has something to do with this as well.
I admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth.
I can do that.
You see, we're all reasonable people here.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone contacted me about delivering some goods and promised me a generous sum of more. After making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Marechaussee Phantom, but I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt, right? Well, I suspect that someone got me.
And then you decided to take revenge on the Melusines? Over that?
My initial target was Neuvillite. Everyone in the Fortress of Meropide was declared guilty by him, after all. So they must more or less hold a grudge against them, right? But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me. That mutual aid— In the end, I had to redirect my focus onto Melusines to salvage. I recall that Kiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection. So I asked one of the more approachable guards to send a letter, claiming that I meant to but the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write a threat letter to Kiara and force it to—
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts? Have you been in contact with any—
No.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling scandal have been caught?
Yes.
Sijuin, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with— So, Monsieur Neuvillite, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy faction looking to capitalize—
Yes. I experienced a similar incident in the—
And how long ago?
More than 400—
You might be overthinking. Time can change a lot of things.
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melusines you brought to Fontaine were the outlaw. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melusines, people wouldn't just sit back and do—
That's right! We saw lots of people stand—
Monsieur Neuvillite, the Melusines are a species you introduced to Fontaine. How the public— When people refused to place their trust in Melusines, it was because they were still on the fence about you. For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. You made people no longer have any reservations about you, and right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine. In other words—
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Domenico.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. From my perspective, I have simply been fulfilling— It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. I'm simply fulfilling the promises I've made. It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The complexity of human emotions and willpower—
There's no need to be so modest. You're no longer that outsider you were before. Even if you wish to investigate something—
I must say that you've made a fair— Thank you for clearing my doubts.
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too?
What? Thank you for the offer, but while some are here to redeem themselves, there will inevitably— The less time I spend here, the better. My presence could—
In that case, I'll have to insist. I still have to—
Please, go on.
The first is about the guard who helped Domenico send that—
I know of what you— The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Mermonia's staff. However, as I mentioned—
Well, that makes things a lot easier. Hey now, don't let your imagination— Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions in the future.
I see no issues with—
Great! That's one thing out of the way.
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now I've—
Yep. Neuvillite thought their badges looked—
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the Fortress of Meropide. They were not great— I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who once stood trial and was sentenced to— According to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined throughout his imprisonment. In other words, how he presented himself in prison was—
What? During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated. He appeared to be full of resentment.
Perhaps he had been putting on an act.
An act?
Neuvillite and Vautrin had a close relationship as superior and subordinate. Thus, the more resentment he displayed, the clearer it would be to those present that you were upholding justice. And to those who had been sitting on the fence, Vautrin's act was a very... That's all from me. Does anyone...
I don't have anything to say. Apart from... Well then, let us head back.
Please, take care.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts, too. What do you think of me?
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes, hey!
What I really think is... every trial you've ever judged has left its impression on you. And that's what...
That is, as I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. Since some of these changes were not due to any specific, I will try to contemplate this further.
Oh, huh? It's raining! Oh no, Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Meropide. It's a good place for me.
He owes me so many answers.
Neuvillite? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillite! The rainy season's almost over! The
hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
Is the matter resolved?
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a—
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our own—
by the way—
At the Palais Marmonia, more than 50 people offered to protect her. Some even— I was worried that the excess of protection would make her feel uneasy. So I—
What a relief!
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally to celebrate this joyous occasion. Monsieur Neuvillite, would you be interested in an exclusive—
That's not how you celebrate!
I will consider it.
Really?
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but come up with questions during the intervening days, and I will answer them to the—
Yes! Thank you so much!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communique to publicize our— I hope it will assuage the—
Oh, an exclusive interview! Am I dreaming? What should I ask him?
Don't let anything hold you back. Make the most of this opportunity.
I agree. He'll decline any question he can't answer anyway, so you might as well give all of them a shot. Kiara? It's quite all right. I'm here to tell—
Monsieur Nook, and thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis.
Do you
Thank
remember
Monsieur.
Domenico?
Let me think. By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now. In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my— I can't remember what our dreams were anymore.
I can sense your joy.
Oh, I almost forgot. I promised to model for Alof.
Of course.
See you next time, Monsieur.
See you next time. I really can't fathom what goes on in her head sometimes. Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it. My apologies. This heavy rain must be...
Bow your head. Be sanctified.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Scatter! I'm a rock! Germinate!
Settle down! Justice is blindsided.
Propagate!
Apologies. This heavy rain must be quite an inconvenience.
Wait for my signal.
Into the wind! As one with wind and cloud!
The tides beckon.
Propagate!
Wind strike!
Lightning purify!
It's fine. Wind strike!
Scatter!
Bow your head. Settle down!
Clouds high. The birds call!
Germinate! Propagate! Stand with me! Out of my way!
Be sanctified. An oversight on my part.
Dissipate!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Silence! Justice is blindsided.
Stand with me! Looking for a fight?
Settle down!
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds...
Propagate! Spring forth! I'll settle this!
Silence!
Dissipate!
The tides beckon.
Time to get wind strike. As one with wind and cloud.
Germinate! Propagate!
Settle down!
Into the wind! Clouds high. The birds...
Spring forth! Out of my way! Get with me!
Bow your head. Let the mighty be humbled!
Fallen leaves. Adorn my...
Dissipate!
Settle down!
Ad asked. Thank you for.
Okay. But...
Don't worry. So, I went freshly cooked.
Okay, I Anyway, I'm gonna go look... Is someone looking for us? Miss Honorary Clee was...
Oh, little cutie and...
We had some time... Whoa!
As long as we keep Clee happy during these unique circumstances.
Oh, no?
It's not too serious. Recently, fish... Luckily, Clee noticed some fish she'd never seen. If it weren't for Clee, and if a change occurs in the underwater ecosystem...
So that...
The investigation to avoid disturb... The investigation... Jean said that Albedo's busy...
But I'm not bored anymore.
All right, please enjoy your...
Wait!
Don't you think it'd be... Besides, as the librarian... Run along now. Have...
Okay, then... We're here, Miss Honorary Knight. This is where... Whoa! All right, teach us how to play, Clee. been waiting for you for ages. I see everything. I see everything.
Let's go. Where did I go wrong?
I've been waiting for you for ages. Make yourselves at home.
Oh, is it time for me to join you?
I've been waiting for you for ages. Sharing my knowledge.
The campaign begins. Shine down!
I've been waiting for you for ages.
You can't hide. Can't hide.
Are you going to hold a festival?
Time for a light show!
No escape!
The campaign begins. Shine down!
No escape!
Now you shall perish!
An eye for an eye!
The thunder falls silent.
Are you going to hold a festival?
I've been waiting for you for ages. The Temple of Wisdom! Turn a little. Got you! I don't understand.
A festive reprise!
This body belongs to ice and snow.
No escape!
You can't run from death.
Stay close and you will live.
No escape!
I've been waiting for you for ages. I see everything!
Chill to the bone.
Let's go out and play!
Let's move.
Fire hazard!
Roast and fry.
The campaign begins.
No escape.
Now you shall perish!
What you owe must one day be paid.
Are you going to hold a festival?
Cooked food. Disgusting.
Gold Bishop down!
been waiting for you for ages.
Have a load of this!
I don't understand.
Did it! Cook this through.
This realm... If you ever...
Something that catches your eye. Our bond is strong!
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
You